Yay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Hopefully I'm actually pretty good here. Start the chapter.
Loose ends. I woke up in my bed in the B&B and for a moment thought the whole werewolf business had been a dream. Then I heard a startled breath, looked up, and saw Anya looking at me with wide eyes. Anya's then sympathetic. What happened? Where were you? I asked. She asked. I was scared shitless. And what was with you sneaking in through the window in the middle of the night, naked? She raised her eyebrow. I did some crazy things back home, but I've never partied that hard. My high rage? Yeah, I got startled by a stray dog on my way back, panicked, shapeshift, and ruined my clothes. Again, there was so much to talk about. There was so much to talk about, I didn't know where to start. I was worried about her, or how was I? Hmm. I was worried about her, I guess.
Okay.
Are you alright? I asked. I was worried about you. Yeah, said Anya, scratching her head. After we were separated in the forest, I got lost and somehow ended up back here. Hadn't she seen us? Or I sighed with relief. I kind of was told that,
Yeah. Delirium.
werewolves give delirium, so I sighed with relief. She was telling me what she thought was true. She had no recollection of seeing werewolves. So Pat was right. The human mind couldn't cope with seeing a Krynos. And when the delirium ended, the subconsciousness patched the holes in their memory with something rational. But how are you feeling? Asked Anya. How was I? Tired? Hungry? Cold? I don't know. I'm alright. Sorry for disappearing so suddenly, I said. Because what else could I say? I lied about the naked stunt. I lied about what happened. I told her a version of the truth. Hmm. They're all decent responses.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
Hmm.
know what I'd pick, but that's just because I'm weird.
I guess I'll lie about what happened.
What? Pick it if you want to. Like, it's not like I'm going to say no.
After the protest, I ended up at a party. I lied and sort of lost track of time. I drank way too much, but it was fun. I wanted to tell her everything, but I didn't. I packed my bag in silence. I felt a rift growing between me and Anya, and I felt a sudden urge to tell her everything. Then why did you give me the option to lie? But I couldn't. I told her something she could understand, or I told her the truth. Well, I'm not telling her the truth, because if I tell her something she could understand, that could conflict with what I've already said.
Not really, because you can always just tell her, hey, I'm staying here. That's the thing. It's like you're packing your shit because you're staying here.
Hmm, yeah, I guess I'll pick that. I couldn't tell her the truth. I was Garou, and I had a sacred duty to protect the veil hiding us from mortal eyes, but I could tell her something. I learned something important about myself, I said, and I have to follow it for a while. Sorry for the sudden change of plan. I sighed and continued packing. So, are you leaving? Asked Anya. What about your family history? I didn't know how to answer. I shrugged. Whatever the answer was, it was now Maya the werewolf's problem. Maya the student was dead. I'll be in touch. Anya hugged me. You'll figure it out. I sighed, took my bag, and left. Everything according to plan. I dropped my bags in the camp and ran through the plan one more time. They expected me to act like an Arun, but Kim had proposed another plan, one less dangerous. The Galliard option? Stories, propaganda, or I can just go straight in, guns blazing, explosives blowing up. Hmm. Yeah, I guess we'll go in guns blazing. Kind of how she's been. Borderlands. It was a good game. Olga and Lisa arranged the meeting. They were pretty vague about who the people were. Lisa said something about Donbas and freedom fighters. The men had what we needed. And I get a willpower! Yay! Progression, goal, mission. Stop the logging by force. To end the logging with a bang, we needed explosives, and these men could supply them. After a few days of exchanging coded messages, we were ready to meet.
It actually did change the time, the day. It went from the 24th to 27th.
We're at the half moon. Uh, Keep talking and nobody explodes. Also entertaining game. We drove to the outskirts of the village there was a farm there, and that was supposedly deserted, and yet I could sense someone's presence. This is your operation, repeated Olga. I'm only here as backup. Cool. A maroon backing up an Arun. How cute. I rolled my eyes, got it, or I could spend willpower and lose a rage. Got it. I was calm. Everything was under control. Olga nodded with approval. With high rage, I felt blood singing in my veins, and I couldn't wait for some action. The abandoned farm was dark and quiet under the stars. I wondered for a moment if we should barge right in or risk taking a look around. Uh, was it a human, or was it a good moment to change, or should I proceed as a human? I have the option to change. I could take a quick look around, or we went inside. To be fair, I have the option to change. Why wouldn't I take advantage
Well,
of it?
because I think the idea behind it, if I'm understanding it all correctly, what would you do with you change? You just start sneaking around as a wolf?
It's less conspicuous than human.
Yeah, but why sneak around? That's all I'm trying to figure out. It's like,
Well, I don't know if it's gonna force me into a wolf or if it forces me into Krino, like Krino's form. I don't know. Hmm. I guess we're gonna just go inside then. Either that or I take a quick
you
look
guys have
around.
been doing fucking again. Why are you sneaking around? Like, it's your game, but it's just like the whole concept here is the fact that like you guys have been, over the last 4 days or 3 days or whatever, you guys have been sending messages back and forth. Why not just go inside? Like, unless it's a trap, but then fucking you couldn't prepare for the trap to begin with. Like, it's weird, you know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
it's not a trap, you're just being fucking weird. I don't know.
We'll just go inside then. There were three of them in the house. They were in their mid-30s, unshaven and reeking of stale alcohol. I observed. I quietly watched the scene. Lisa sent us, said Olga. So what? Said one of them. The other two laughed. Olga smiled in a very unpleasant way, showing her teeth. You have something for us. We don't have it, one of the guys shrugged. I tensed up. It was a setup. Olga cleared her voice. What do you mean you don't have it? She was in trouble.
I
Now
guess it's
I'm
your only
forced to shift,
choice,
which makes me lose rage. No. But I
which
have
is you
high
spend
rage.
rage to.
I let my rage guide me. I was in Krino's form, the war form. My favorite. Pain hits me like a wrecking ball. Every bone in my body breaks and moves and resets. I roar in agony. Panting and growling, I rise and rise and rise. Only 8 feet tall. I'm an 8 foot tall killing machine. Somebody grabs me. They reek of the worm. I push away, which makes me lose health and rage, or I disarm him, where I lose willpower and rage. So either way, I'm losing rage. Question is do I do health or willpower?
I would go with willpower personally, just because the fact that,
It seems to be a little easier to get back.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll go with disarming him. I push myself away from his grasp and pull the gun he's brandishing. He crumples to the ground. His arm is still in my hand. Well, I mean, you did disarm him. Literally. Screams. They reach for their guns.
you didn't
Attack or
actually
roar?
lose your willpower, by the way,
Huh.
or your rage.
Hmm. Odd.
Yeah, I would. At this point in time, I would just attack personally.
Yeah.
There, that time you lost it.
I jump toward the man in front of me. He's quick. He starts to shoot. I grab his arm and yank it. Something soft and gooey covers my hand. Then Olga appears and starts ripping them to shreds. I join her.
Yep.
Why am I losing all this rage?
It looks like every time you do anything that deals with attacking, you spend your rage to attack.
Yeah. I join her, and in a few heartbeats later, it's over. I was Hamid, the human form. My body resets itself into a familiar shape. Bones broke and fused again. Muscles and sinews moved under my skin. I cried and thrashed. Then I was Hamid again, with keen eyes, nimble fingers, and a silver tongue. The wolf in sheep's clothing. Or a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's get out of here, Olga yelled. And she was right. We had to move. The farm was on fire. I grabbed the bag. I grabbed the blue canvas bag, slipped on a pool of blood, and almost fell. We had to run. And we jumped into the car and drove off. Shit, Olga shouted, seeing the blue lights of police cars in the distance. She made a hard right, drove into the woods, and turned off the lights. There's a shortcut, she said. Hold on. I looked into the night, lost in thought. I felt, because I have low rage, I felt like a spectator of my own life. That gives me my willpower back. Goal mission: blow up the harvesters. I think I gained glory and honor.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
you've been getting it a couple times. Honor was when you got another honor point when you talked to Anna about having to leave, and then you got one when you started attacking them. You got glory points. Then you just got honor and glory for completing this mission.
uh, how had we ended up here? I didn't want any of this, and yet there I was. Progressed goal mission. A werewolf, Gaia's warrior, with a bag full of explosives. A moment of triumph. Because I have low rage, I couldn't wait for the Sept meeting that morning. Getting the explosives was my rite of passage, and I knew that I did great. I couldn't believe that I made it so far. We met soon after the sunrise. On the same clearing where I woke up for the first time as a guru. Lisa looked at us all and smiled. Our patrons were looking at her expectantly, so she stepped towards the center of the clearing. I am the third of this sept, and I'm here to make sure We do things the right way. I held my breath. The thirds are the spiritual ones. She turned to me, and I held my breath. Maya, come forth. Are you a cub who seeks recognition as an adult? She knew that already. I answered, or what? In this case in time, even though she already knows the answer, I still need to actually answer. So, I am, I said. I answered solemnly. Are you an applicant to a tribe? Lisa asked again. I confirmed. I don't think I chose who I wanted. I am, I answered. Who speaks for this cub? Lisa looked at her septmates. I do. Of course, Olga. Of course.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Is the fact that mattering on what you are and how you're leading,
Yeah,
you get picked by one of them no matter what.
yeah. Which means you'll never get picked by Daniel.
Um,
At least I don't think so.
I think you could. Trying to think here. Uh, because she is the Arun. Then you would have one of the other ones, which would be Lisa, may be the spiritual. Then you would have the Glasswalkers
Yeah,
being like the logical ones, maybe, or one of them being logical. And I can't remember the story. One of them is a storyteller.
yeah, the Galliard, which is, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure is Daniel.
yeah.
The Red Talon, though.
You're still a they would still accept. I would assume they would still accept a werewolf into their mix. It's just
Yeah,
the fact that they don't accept kinfolk into their mix unless they're wolf
yeah.
kins.
They just would prefer it if she wasn't in human form.
Yeah, well,
I do, Olga stepped forward. I'm Kestrel of the Black Furies, a rune of the Morning Wolf Mother Pack. I observe the cub on her mission, and I am here to tell you the story. Kestrel? Really? Uh, how would... Or would I have to take a new name? Or secret names? Cool. Uh, I am unsure, because I don't know if that's Olga's last name.
yeah. I was gonna say that you could go with the middle one.
I guess... I guessed they all had secret werewolf names. It made sense. A new life demanded a new name. Would I also have to come up with a new name?
See, I'm not used to that being a werewolf thing.
Yeah,
Definitely a vampire thing.
definitely a vampire thing.
Because theoretically, in vampire terms, you are dead and then brought back.
Yeah,
Whereas a werewolf, it's not more that you're dead or that you come back, or even that you're reborn again.
yeah,
But I guess it matters on what kind of werewolf you are. With the werewolves that we've played in the past, we've always been born werewolves. As in, like, we were born in that society.
yeah.
So,
There was no having to cut ties with the outside world because,
yeah. And, like, even, like, seriously, if I was someone like this, I wouldn't cut ties.
yeah,
Because of the fact that if you cut ties, you lose those human people that could help you later on.
yeah.
But that's just me.
Would I also have to take a new name? Has the cub passed her challenge? Asked Lisa. I am not the one that is being asked.
I think just then you can hold your breath, yeah?
Yeah. Olga is the one that observed, so. I knew how it all happened, but I held my breath nevertheless. Olga is loyal. She succeeded, was the answer. She fought bravely against the overwhelming odds, and she succeeded. Lisa turned to me. Have you chosen your name? Lisa turned to me. My new secret name. Suddenly I remembered my grandfather talking about his old friends. He never used their real names. They were like Thunder or Gray or Needle. I'd always thought it was a gorilla thing, kind of like war names. Now I wasn't so sure anymore. how I how to capture my new life, my aspirations, my personality, my heritage in one name. I cleared my throat, so I have the choices. Mist, a name with more than one meaning. Berza, which was Polish for storm. Pine, the tree or a tree in the forest, or enigma, a mystery. Hmm. I mean, I like two of them. I like Berza and I like Enigma because Enigma, going on with my family's past and stuff, it was a mystery. But Berza makes sense if it's Polish for storm.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hmm. And this is where I have my indecisiveness. So, I guess I'll just go with Berza because that sounds more like a me thing. I pick really weird names. So, Berza. My new name is Berza, a storm. I answered, thinking about the change and destruction that I brought. As for the tribe, choosing the tribe was an oh, cool. I actually get to. I wanted to be a Black Fury, Glasswalker, Bonar, or it was complicated. I don't know what it was complicated means.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently, there is actually 4 choices. So you don't have one of the choices, oddly enough.
yeah. Meaning it was probably the other, what Cornell was.
I don't know. What I'm quickly reading up says that Cornell was never an option to begin with.
Hmm.
Something always happened to him.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Well,
apparently, you could have been a Black Fury,
yeah.
a Glasswalker, a Bonar, or a Child of Gaia.
That's a weird choice. Yeah, because I don't remember any of them.
Yeah. And lastly, apparently, there's a
Glass
5th
Walker.
choice. But the 5th one is, what was it? The 5th one is, what's it call it here? I'm trying to remember the word. I think the 5th one is the Finrir.
Yeah, if you just say, fuck you guys, I want to be the Get of Fenrir.
Like if
The
you went,
Cyberak.
yeah, you can't be the Zybarak. I guess it's Lisa's. You can never be Lisa's, and you can never be, um,
Yeah,
leaders.
Cornell was a child of Gaia.
Oh, okay, so maybe that's what it is. You can be a child of Guy, but you can't be Lisa's.
Okay.
Maybe that's what.
Mm. All right.
It's just amusing how many people are complaining that there's only like the 4 choices or whatever, the 5 choices.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the fact that like this is more choices than some games do give you.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you think about being a Black Fury?
I mean, those three are good ones. It's just Black Fury's. I don't know.
That's what Olga is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes the most sense. You're not a Glasswalker.
No. It just Glasswalkers have the are more comfortable in towns and
Yeah,
cities, but the way that this character has been across is that she feels more at home in the forest.
yeah. And I don't know much about Bonars.
They're city dwellers as well.
Okay, yeah, then you might as well go with Black Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just
it was,
Bonars are looked down upon because they are usually considered poor. They just make
okay.
the most of what they can with what they have. So I'll
Okay, yeah,
be a
go
Black
with the Black
Fury.
Fury.
After getting to know Olga better, I decided to become a Black Fury, which is not how it works, but okay. She agreed to mentor me. Only one thing remained to end the ceremony to make me a full-fledged Garou. I had to join a pack. And I had already sworn to the Wolf Mother.
What do you mean it's not how it works?
Normally you're born into a pack. Like you're born not pack, but you're born into a tribe.
Yes, but the concept is that remember the right of adoption.
Yes.
That's what basically is happening here.
Yes.
Is that
Just
yes, you're normally born into the tribe, so you would have been Fenrir. The problem is that one, there's no Fenrirs around, and two, all these people hate Fenrirs.
yeah.
So the idea behind it is that you would have had to go towards not being a Fenrir.
As my fate had been already tied with the wolf mother, I chose her as my patron and joined Olga's pack, and so it was done. According to ancient rites, Lisa painted a mystical glyph of my tribe on my sternum. It disappeared after a moment, but whenever I closed my eyes, I could feel the warmth touch between my breasts. Burza of the Black Furies, a rune of the Morning Wolf Pack or Wolf Mother Pack. Welcome to our sept, she said solemnly. And then I howled. Howls rose to the sky. They sang about ancient laws of war, status, and secrecy. I remembered only a few. Combat the worm wherever it dwells and wherever it breeds, or whenever it breeds. Submit to those of higher station. Respect those beneath you, and the veil shall not be lifted. I joined the song. Rank Leoth, aka Noob.
You actually went up in rank.
Goal identity, legend, and I didn't catch the rest of it. Goal, progressed, goal identity. I threw my head back and howled with my sept. I was not a cub. I was a cub no more. I was ready to tell my own stories, to earn my own place in the pack, to howl my own songs. Yeah, someone usually has to be there in order to tell of your stories, unless you have to do it yourself, and that's
Didn't you
usually
name
what
yourself
Galleon
the
is
Storm?
for. Yes.
So there you go.